Well, I admit I have been asking for your disaster saves for a while, and, well, this is certainly a disaster. This is Carlist, Spain. As we know, Spain is pain.
Did you really think you'd need all this junk in the afterlife?
Afterlife? If I thought I had to go through a whole nother life, I'd kill myself right now.
Let's see just how much pain. Oh god, no. Oh no. This already starts off cooked. So it looks like you got half your army encircled. Somehow they are absolutely dead. Situation in the field, not great. Manpower, 0. Guns, minus 6,000. This is too far gone. I don't know if I can save this. Whew. Okay, focuses. Crusade against democracy. Very good, very powerful. The focus tree will allow us to go down until the full crusade against democracy. So these focuses here, Confirm de Fueros and the industrialization. So we can do a few focuses, but it stops here. Settler succession question. This one requires me to win the Spanish Civil War. Not sure about that one, Chief. We are also still on volunteer only and civilian economy. Where's your political power gone? We have an army defense guy. Okay, I guess. And that's about it. The army in the field is currently woefully under-equipped. We are out of support equipment. We are out of guns. We are out of artillery. And worst of all, we are out of manpower. I don't know, but I think you've handled this quite poorly. Now, the person who sent this in did say this is one of their first games, and I don't begrudge you. I understand that this is difficult. Carlist, Spain is not one of the easiest countries to try out first, mostly because it requires a couple of gimmicks to pull off. It requires planning to get off the ground, and then quick and decisive action. In this case, the build-up could have been better, I guess, because we currently have 1 factory and 3 civs. I think you've somewhat tunnel vision on trying to create an encirclement here, and as a result, literally half your army got cut off, which is definitely not good. So I suggest playing something a little less high octane and get your bearings, and then come back once you've figured out the ins and outs of the game. This is not a dig on whoever sent this in. This is just advice. We will capitulate if we lose Burgos. We have Burgos, which is our core and our own territory, and we have Navarra, which is our core and own territory. We also control Western Aragon, but we stole it from the Spanish directory. Same for País Vasco, which is also stolen. So these don't count for capitulation, but they do count for manpower and factories. We are going to be giving up Western Aragon, mostly because I cannot afford to defend it. The provinces themselves are easy to defend. They have the modifier unplanned defensive, but they draw the front line too far. So it makes it very difficult to defend this front, and I just cannot justify sitting here. I don't have the manpower to stretch all across this front. If I could get these guys out, sure, but I cannot. So I'm thinking we draw a fallback line and try to consolidate somewhat. Something like this. Fall back so we can still control Burgos and Navarra. We still hold on to País Vasco. We'll be giving up 1 civilian factory. I could remove it to be really dickish, but I think that's the best I could do here. There's a unit over here that is going to die. There's literally nothing I can do to get these raketes out. So I'm just going to delete these guys. Yes, the division will be gone. The equipment will be gone, but I will at least recover some manpower. If it dies, I get nothing. I'm going to do the same thing here. I know it feels so bad just deleting these units, but I have no way of getting them out. There is nothing I can do to save these men, and at least this way I can recover some of the manpower. Now the remaining units here are event templates. There's nothing I can do to change those, so I cannot delete them, I cannot consolidate them, I cannot edit them. There's nothing I can do with these templates, so they will just stand there and die. Everyone else falls back to the new position, and we're just going to be retreating. I'm going to turn off the focus. Yes, I know, we're almost there. The extra 5% org attack and defense is great. You know what else is great? Getting political power that we can then use to go up another conscription law, because I need manpower now. So I'm gonna stop this focus. Yes, I know. And then we're gonna go and get limited conscription in about 15 days. That's way better than 5% extra defense and extra org in 30 days. I need manpower. Maybe I'll just get professional officer corps, because it will allow me to get more experience, which I still need to change some divisions, get some doctrines, that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do, and then hold on to to the rest of the manpower, make some changes to the divisions. I'm thinking we take the División de Infantería and we start carving away support equipment. Gonna start by getting rid of the engineer companies. I know, the entrenchment they give. Think of the entrenchment, yes. But I also have, let's see, no artillery, no support equipment, and no guns. So I have to cut corners somewhere. No decisions are going to be taken. I'm hoarding my political power. No intelligence agency available. No trade possible. I am going shopping though. I'm going to use the international market to buy all the equipment I can. I'll buy every single gun. Let's see. Tibet wants to sell me. I'll use 2 factories. I have 3 available, but I will lose 1. Guaranteed to lose 1. So I'll use 2 for this. And the remaining factory, I'll see if I can use to buy. Maybe somebody has some artillery they're willing to sell, but not for 1 factory. Finland, you can sell me a little bit of artillery. Good. Let's assign design companies as well. And then there's a bunch of naval stuff queued up. I don't know if you did this or if this is what Spain starts with these days. I genuinely don't know. Honestly, there's no point in keeping them here if we have no dockyards. But since we have no dockyards, there's no point in deleting them either because there's already been a bit of a contribution in terms of IC, so I'll just leave them there at the very bottom. They are irrelevant. As far as the army goes, we have them all under a general, but do we have a better general? Not really. The problem with this general is he's got decent enough stats, but I cannot make him into a better general. I cannot make him into an infantry specialist. So if I go into military high command, what I have access to is an army grouping expert, which is fine. Army logistics, not fine. And entrenchment, again, not fine. These 2 really not that valuable. Army grouping is okay, but what we want is an infantry expert. Unfortunately, we are locked out from using him because we have completed the focus. No compromises on Carlist ideals. So Emilio Mola is not available to us, and neither is Wilhelm Ritter von Thoma. The German is also not available to us. So we want an infantry expert. These are big stats. I want those stats. The way to get those stats is to find a general that has infantry leader, is level 4, and then can take one of these military high command roles. Unfortunately, our highest level general that meets almost all requirements is already our military theorist, meaning he's locked out from getting a military high command role. Kinda sucks. So I'm going to replace this man with Jose Milan Ashtray. Eye patch guy. It's going to take 23 days. What? Now there's going to be a massive reorganization of my armed forces. I'm going to take this Army of Africa division and convert it into an infantry division. It's cheaper. There's no air. There's no navy. There's no nothing. We have no friends. We have no manpower. We have no economy. All I can do is dig into my mountains and try to hold out by cycling units, hitting the occasional last stand, and trying to last long enough so I can get manpower through limited conscription and getting to expand the Requetes. We've already lost 100,000 men and we're going to lose several more. And it does look like Spain, like the Republican Spain, is bound to win. They outnumber everyone else significantly, like massively, and they have the industry to back it up. Well, let's slow everything down and consolidate what we have left. Oh, I forgot to check your research. Well, one was radio detection, which is pointless. Well, maybe not entirely pointless, but not very valuable. Should have gone for improved infantry equipment. So we'll get that. We are getting excavation. No, I don't think that's going to help us all that much. Air, useless, can't make anything. Navy, useless, can't make anything. Artillery, not useless per se, but I can't make anything. Armor, can't make anything. Support companies, again, can't make anything. Oh, I feel so poor. I can't really effectively do anything. I'm thinking dump excavation too and get mechanical computing so I can research a little bit faster. Might try consolidating some units like the Requetes and the infantry divisions, mostly to try and just stem the losses. All in all, this is pretty terrible. Let's go up to limited conscription, and now we'll take a focus crusade against democracy. We'll get crusade against democracy, then confirm the fueros, then expand the Requetes, and then encourage local industrialization. All of this is assuming I last that long, because the bubbles may be green, but holy crap, there is a lot of trash coming our way, and well, most of our army is also trash, so there is that. As long as we sit on this defensive terrain, It's more or less okay. It's gonna suck with the enemy casts once they actually show up. What I truly fear is the German and Italian volunteers, as well as the Russian, the Soviet volunteers. Those are the only units I truly fear, because most of what Republican Spain puts out is garbage. All right, first batch of guns and artillery is in. Oh, wonderful. This should last me about a month. I've also been forced to give up this tile, just fall back, create a slightly better position to fight from. The only saving grace I have, good news, I guess, is that the Republicans are not really that happy to attack me. Oh, they're more than happy to attack me, but they're very busy attacking everyone else as well. This buys me very precious time. I'm gonna have to hit last stand. Some of these divisions are fighting themselves to death here. I'm gonna be able to reinforce it in time, so I'm not worried about it yet. Is getting mighty close to just being completely screwed. We've mobilized all of our available population. Still 9,000. 9,000 men short. Maybe if I could have held on to Zaragoza for like a couple more days. No. From now on, it's all downhill. None of these divisions are going to regenerate manpower. I need to last another 100 days to expand the Requetés so I can get another 3% recruitable pop. Yeah, no. I don't think I'll be around for much longer unless both the Republicans and the Nationalists decide they hate each other more than they hate me. Right now, I'm not taking massive losses, mind you. This is all in all minimal, but there's just no manpower. Unless these guys start really fighting each other, I'm going to end up getting slaughtered simply because there is no more manpower. There is nothing left. And that's a good news, bad news situation. Good news, there's movement on the nationalist/Republican border, which means they'll be targeting each other some more. Bad news, I'm having to pull divisions off the front because I risk seeing them destroyed. So this unit, the Requete 1, it's at 13% fighting strength. It is down to 396 men. I no longer have sufficient manpower to make this division function. I cannot replenish those losses. I've parked them in Bilbao, and I'm desperately trying to regenerate some strength to try and make this work, but it is not working out as I would like. It is very painful. If I can last another 50 days with this horrifically depleted army, maybe I can do this, but oh boy, that's not great. And in some good news, let's go back here. We have all of the guns from Tibet in that they're gonna ship them in a couple of days, but we can get a new contract. We've done our payments. Let's see if I can buy some more, because I'm gonna need more guns, and this is the only realistic way I can get some. Ooh, Hungary is selling a lot of stuff, but they're not willing to sell it to me on the cheap. Get 13 shipments of guns in, 300 per shipment. I'll take that. Now this is what I'm getting: flexible organization, division speed, and less org loss when moving. I am cycling units constantly. More speed means I'll have a better chance of actually pulling off that position switch every time. Requetés expanded. That means manpower is coming my way. I either encourage local industrialization. That gives me 3 civs. Yes, they get built in Navarra, not exactly the most secure territory we have, but there's no real alternative except for maybe Burgos. That means 3 more factories I can use to buy guns, hopefully offsetting this horrible current situation. I also have 100 political power. Now, if I were to not pick a focus for a while and just save up political power, I could potentially pick a stability guy, political power guy, and then either a war support or another political power guy. But I need the army. Army regrouping, so a higher division recovery rate means I have an easier time cycling these units around. This guy is level 3. He's on his way to level 4. Maybe I save up until I can hire him as an infantry expert, so I can get an infantry expert in there. I'll save up political power for now, so these guys should no longer be combat ineffective. They will be getting some of their manpower in, and then right back to the front, giving me 20 divisions to work with, and then just keep cycling units. Keep cycling units for all that I'm worth. I may not win this campaign, but I can say I made a damn good show of it so far. On the bright side, like looking at my enemies' strength bars, they're not doing too hot either. I did manage to get Jose Milan Ashtray here up to an infantry leader and managed to make him infantry specialist. It's not much, but for 50 political power, 5% attack, 10% defense, you know, that's something I definitely definitely want. And fresh political power is probably going to be spent on one of these guys. Maybe the traditional theorist, more political power gain. I need political power. I'm going to try something. I'm going to improve my relations with France. I know that's a bit expensive right now, but as long as Leon Blum stays in charge, he can send Lend-Lease to me as soon as we hit 30% world tension. Germany's already eaten Czechoslovakia. It's November 38, so they're going to eat the rest of Czechoslovakia. There's going to be some stuff happening in Romania and Hungary. Maybe that's enough to spark world tension a little bit more. That might be enough to start begging France for guns. We got our local industrialization. We still have about 2% manpower to mobilize. I could militarize the masses now, get another 2% in the bank so it can get going. Let's militarize the masses. Now, I do have extra factories that I can use to buy more stuff, I think, and what I need is more guns. God, we've taken so many casualties, but we've replaced so many of them as well that like the overall veterancy of all of our units is seriously declining. Most of them are still regulars. Yeah, most of these guys used to be veterans with all the fighting they've done, but now that I've got fresh units coming in, not so much anymore. And as long as the Republicans and nationalists keep distracting each other well enough, neither of them is going to be able to pressure me enough to make a difference. All right, 150 political power. I'm going to hire the traditionalist theorist. Gives me more unaligned support and more political power gain overall. More political power means I'll be able to hire the other guys as well reasonably quickly. I need more political power so I can spend more political power. Oh, fate of Czechoslovakia. So Czechoslovakia's gone. Maybe the French will help me now? Oh, yes. No artillery, though, but they will send me guns. You know, send me some convoys as well. It's not much, but it's something. 700 guns, 12 convoys. So, can I get anyone else to send me any Lend-Lease? I'm going to improve my relations with Italy. Stop improving relations with France. Get my relations with Italy up. Get Mussolini's guns. Do I get the Germans to send me something? I kind of want to do the same thing with Germany. Let's start with Italy. Start with Italy and then maybe Germany as well, because world tension is high enough for me to do it. Let's give that a try. All right, Italy. I've created a big equipment deficit. Will you send me stuff? Oh my god, I should have done this way earlier. Italy will send me stuff. 4,000 guns, 100 support equipment, 39. Oh, yeah. Yes, Benito. If that Lend-Lease arrives, all I'd need is manpower to fill out my deficits, and I could actually get something done. Also working on defenders against Catholicism, more political power. We might just be able to do this. I need time, a little bit more time. Maybe I should have done this a while ago, because the equipment I'm able to weasel out of Mussolini is pretty impressive. Guns, support equipment, artillery. Not trains, convoys, no air stuff, but you know, the numbers he's sending me is fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't really have the manpower to make it work. Anyway, we got our defenders of Catholicism, 215,000 casualties, but the enemy's bleeding just as much as we are. I'm still 30,000 men short. Everyone has a gun. There's just not enough people to fill the ranks. Get the car list. That gives me a little bit of stability. It's not much, but it's a little bit. That immediately improves my output by almost 10%. I'm going to use the next bit of army experience as well, I think, to take theater training and switch that to political loyalty. I know it gives me worse generals, but combined with my current faction support, it might give me even more stability. I say even more. It's just base stability. It's happened. So World War II has kicked off. Germany has done the thing. I still can't join them. I'm afraid that if the nationalists and Republicans are still alive in a few more months, I'm afraid both of them are going to join factions. So these are going to join the Allies. These guys are going to join the Axis. And I'm going to get fucked because I'll be stuck in the middle, having to deal with those two massive factions and having absolutely nothing to handle that. And if that happens, I will accept defeat without shame because I've already done more than I thought I could. All right, so I spent another 15 minutes talking to myself, apparently. Anyone who is thinking of becoming a creator, get a second monitor and put up your recording software there. So you actually keep an eye on what you're doing. Anyway, I have troops in the queue now, and I have almost enough manpower. You want to know how I did it? I attacked there, and then into Oviedo. I managed to capture Oviedo, and then immediately pulled out when the manpower showed up here, and put it into the bank, let's say. And as a result, I now have a couple of men in the queue ready to be deployed. Why was I able to do that? Well, Germany's at war, Italy's at war, and the Soviet Union is at war. That means the big three have all pulled their expeditionary forces out. The Spanish Directory is super weak and only really has the Portuguese troops to count on as their heavy hitters. So what I did here, it's been reorganized a little, but took my Mountaineers and took all the good, air quotes, divisions I had in the area, about 3, maybe 4 divisions, launched an attack through the mountains just as these guys finished attacking me, pushed through to Oviedo, pinned the other units on the flank so I wasn't going to get stopped, captured Oviedo, just pulled the hell out immediately as soon as the manpower became available, and put all of that into the recruitment queue. I'm gonna start taking territory back. My units may not be the world's greatest, but now that I actually have manpower and my enemies are bled out and no longer have foreign support, we may actually pull this off. As you can tell, I am able to push every now and then. Just push a division here, push a division there, and as a result, yeah, we're going places. We're going places again, and I feel good about it. Looks like the Republicans don't care about this stuff. I do. I'll take that empty tile. Yeah, the key to defeating the AI in this game: last long enough that the AI gives up all life functions. It's dead, Jim. I think it's dead. This is a pretty sizable gamble, all things considered, and I'm playing it way too fast, but I feel there's an opportunity. I can smell opportunity here. I want to seize it. All right, I've taken Oviedo. I'm going to move that unit to La Coruña and then Vigo. There is nothing. I don't think there's anything behind. If there is, I'll be screwed, but so be it. If I can maneuver out. Come on. You help that push. You get to that tile and then help defeat that last Portuguese unit up there. Okay, I've taken Leon. Gives me another bit of manpower. Gives me factories. I'm now lacking steel. I'll just trade for steel with Deutschland. Trying to overrun the Spanish Directory. I think if I can take La Coruña, it's over for them. I know it's super sus that I missed that initial push on Oviedo, but I did pretty much the same thing I did now. This is too much. I'm overextending too much, but I did manage to take Leon and Asturias in one reasonable push. In hindsight, I feel a little stupid about this. Well, I feel very stupid about this. This is an achievement. I'm very proud of this, but maybe I should have just restarted because it just looks so stupid, I realized, to you guys, without context. I was so proud to get to Oviedo. I think I spent 15 minutes just yapping and being happy about it and how my strategy worked out. We can finally counterattack now that all these foreign troops are gone. It's just, yeah, none of that was recorded. Now I just look like an idiot. Not only that, probably worse, I look like a cheater and I feel annoyed. I am happy that you guys at least saw what I managed to do afterwards, but is that enough? Is that enough to convince you guys that I am the real deal? I'm recording this the day after the other parts because I went to bed, got tired. Do you guys want to see videos like this where I make a stupid mistake, but I do finish up the run? In future, do you want me to just stop the video and just go back to the start? Now, keep in mind, this is several hours worth of footage I would have to throw away. But if that is what you guys want to see, that is what I'll do. I absolutely respect that people don't want to watch something they don't believe necessarily. Burgos can now be attacked from 3 positions. It's not great, and it's just a hills tile, so it's not super defensive either. What I really need to do is start taking the surrounding territory. That would potentially allow me to establish a bit more of a security cordon around it. All right, so we managed to reinforce Burgos just in time. Keep cycling units into that battle. I don't want to do more last stands. They're too expensive in terms of equipment. My deficit is growing again with the massive attacks I'm taking now. I may need to go shopping again. Things are getting dangerous here for a moment. Soviet volunteers managed to push 1 tile. I did manage to immediately counterattack it and retake it. That said, we're down 30,000 manpower still, so it's taking its toll. It's taking a massive toll on me. Just a little bit longer. Keep them pinned here. We'll retake the tile, reinforce it now. Get fresh divisions in there. We should be okay. I feel like I can never mobilize men quickly enough. Number always go down, except whenever I manage to take a province, quickly gobble up that manpower in fresh recruitment, and then that's it. The only way I can see out of this is if I could at some point take this tile, this teeny tiny province that would separate the nationalists from the Republicans. Yes, I would have to weather the storm, the full might of the Republic against myself, but it would allow me to then pick apart the nationalists bit by bit. They have one province left. I think the nationalists, yeah, they've taken 200,000 losses. I think they're out of manpower. They're out of an economy. They'll probably be out of guns soon, considering Italy and Germany both don't have any. I know because I checked. Oh, this is such a flimsy line. Like, realistically, several of these divisions, mostly these guys, are just not combat effective. And the ones that are being beaten to a bloody pulp with the non-stop assaults. They're just non-stop attacking me. A little bit of extra manpower. Come on. It's going straight into these guys, which is nice. I'll be able to deploy them soon, but I need to reinforce the units out there. And I still need like 40,000 manpower to get those guys reinforced. Only got 1.5% left before all mobilized out. Cultivate fanaticism is going to give me another 20%. Well, current amount gets increased by 20%, I think. Either way, this is going to help, but it's not going to do enough. After this one's done, I'm pretty much all focused out, and I'll just stop taking focuses. Maybe for the research slot, I'll consider it, but I'll probably stop taking focuses. Go up to war economy, maybe hire the Carlist intellectual and get some military high command. More Turkish guns and Turkish artillery. Oh, more losses. Hopefully we're going to be able to do that. Encirclement of, well, encirclement, the separation of the front lines here. I am trying to counterattack. I'm trying to hold, but it's not enough. I'm just taking too many losses in terms of manpower. All right, force deploy another unit. I'm losing so many men. These like force attacks, these Republican wave assaults, and I'm holding every single tile, oh, almost every single tile, but I'm just taking losses I cannot replace quickly enough. It doesn't help that they are also being well supported by the communists. It's becoming a bit of a problem. I'm not sure how much longer I can keep this up, but I will give it my best damn shot though. I'm using flexible organization, and that should give me the speed advantage unless they're using motorized or cavalry. Yes! You see my unit arrived there before anyone else. You there, you there, you there, you there, and the mountaineer as well. This is going to be a gigantic pain in my ass. Half these units are probably going to end up dying because they're just so under strength and I cannot reinforce them quickly enough. But I have separated the nationalists from the Republicans. On the downside, though, is I'm going to be taking the full fury of both of them now. And there's not much I can do about it except try to weather the storm. Every time I think this is getting a little less desperate, it becomes more desperate again. I did manage to take that one tile here. I'm gonna try to take the next as well. See if I can leverage enough pressure on these guys. They are weakened from just having been forced to withdraw. The shorter I can make my line against the Republicans, the better. I want to creep up to that river. I'm mostly concerned about the Russian troops. So they are a much better design. They're much tougher than my units. And they're giving me a really hard time here. I'm getting pushed. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna get pushed. All right, I'm gonna pin that unit, and I'm gonna make those units march south into Valladolid. They're immediately attacking units that are super weak and under strength. I'm gonna lose Burgos. No, I'm not gonna lose Burgos. I'll get units in there in time. Everything else still okay. Nationalists are doing literally nothing. They've just stopped. They've just stopped doing anything. All right, stop that attack. Reinforce. Oh, I'm gonna lose Burgos. Go, go, go. Go. You get there in time. You last stand. Yes. We're gonna have to. Oh, that's gonna suck. Last stand. I don't want to, but I have to. But I will be able to take Valladolid and get a little bit of manpower out of it, assuming they don't reinforce this unit. I don't think they will, unless I saw a truck drive down here, unless that dries up from the south. Should be able to. Motherfucker! Yeah, that truck just drove up from the south. If it gets into the reinforcement, I cannot take Viet. I've lost. You have got to be shitting me. Oh, they destroyed the unit holding Burgos. It's over. It's over. All of that to then lose like this. Well, that's an anticlimax. Goes to show you I don't always win. Well, I hope you guys at least enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys will enjoy the next one as well. Check out this disaster down below. If you can do it better than I can, I'd love to see it. See you in the next one. Goodbye.